First riots on Saturday were sparked following the fatal shooting by police of a man in North London. Mark Duggan was killed in Tottenham by a single shot to the chest.
From Blake, so Jonathan Enfield, north of the city.
Quickly, the situation gets worse. This is the scene near Moore Street Station. More support is brought in, but as the sun goes down, people watch the chaos beneath them.
Things really do seem to be a lot more violent here tonight. This is a kind of front line with the riot police just here. Just beyond them, you might be able to make out a large gang. They've just been throwing glass bottles in this direction.
Warm reception.
I'm never going to apologise for getting out there and speaking to people and talking to the victims of this needless violence, destruction and thieving.
People do what they can to save their businesses, even as the violence breaks out around them.
Thousands of extra police have been deployed. A fear of more trouble, but of course we know that there has been relative calm in the capital, still is, and when I say relative calm, almost a complete calm, according to all.
The police know that they can't be everywhere. Much of the time, all they can do is wait. Claire Marshall, BBC News, Birmingham.
Looting and arson have brought fear to large parts of the capital. Now the police have promised a robust response, 16,000 officers on the streets prepared to use plastic bullets if necessary. But even as the violence moves across the country, people band together to clean up and reclaim their communities.
Johnson tried to bring that spirit to Clapham today, but the people of Metro vented their rage on him, including the hairdresser Onilia Giarratano. Metropolitan Police said their presence in the capital would be nearly tripled tonight, from 6,000 officers to 16,000.
Those people who are responsible for this wrongdoing and criminality, you will feel the full force of the law. And if you are old enough to commit these crimes, you are old enough to face the punishment.
They believe it.
I think it's right that substantially more police officers are being put on the street, because I think we all know that the situation on the streets needs to be got under control.
The old-fashioned way, whoa. I'll climb any mountain, I'll do anything. Ooh, can I touch you? And do the things that lovers do. Wanna hold you, I gotta give it through to you. Oh, when the going gets tough, when the going gets rough, hey, oh man, I'm gonna buy me a one-way ticket. Nothing's gonna hold me back.
We have to keep the whole of the United Kingdom safe, but the focus at the moment is very much on keeping London safe.
The tactics used by police is now one of the big areas of discussion. Rarely used Yankel armoured vehicles were brought in last night. The Met Police do have plastic bullets, but they're seen as a measure of last resort. For the lawbreakers, this was the message from the man at the top of Scotland Yard.
This is not just a game, this is criminality, this is burglary, this is violence, and we will pursue each and every one that has been involved in this, and we will be making sure that they are brought to justice and to court.
Can I touch you and do the things that lovers do? Ooh, 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 wanna hold you, I gotta get it through to you. Oh, 'cause when the going gets tough, when the going gets rough,
1,500 people have now been arrested in connection with the disorder, including more than 1,000 in the London area and nearly 400 in the West Midlands. In Nottingham, an 11-year-old girl admitted a charge of criminal damage.
So, troubled waters, and that's why the Chancellor wanted to brief MPs. He said the UK was a secure port in the storm.
But even as delinquents did the damage, the emergency services did their duty. In Catford, outside this Curry's, PC Gordon Murphy and a handful of officers pushed down the mob. 6 versus 60. And with no riot gear, just a shield to protect them from missiles.
You were getting large pieces of masonry, you were getting brickwork, you were getting stones, you were getting glass bottles. There was even a gas canister came from somewhere. So it was generally like a volley of missiles raining down on you. We stood the grounds. When they got near us, we rushed back at them, and they actually, funnily enough, ran back, scared of us.
It did the trick. The looters arrived in vans, but they left in droves. For London's ambulance service, a challenge of a different sort. This crew attended a routine call-out on the Old Kent Road, only to be then surrounded by these rioters. They were hiding in a family home just a few hundred metres from here. They were trying to help an infant, so they radioed for help.
I need to get this little 1-year-old out of here.
Yeah, thank you. I've sent a few messages to police, they're not getting back to me. So I think more police units are en route.
Well, I'm told there's a temperature of 39.5 and had a mild seizure earlier on this evening. It's quite stressed at the moment, so I need to get her out of the house.
An hour and a half later, the police did finally arrive, and the child was escorted to safety.
I was very worried that should we be discovered, that we could at best get away with a, with a beating, and at worst, the young child get hurt, the family get hurt.
For the fire service, the busiest night in living memory. For officers on the ground here in Croydon, a moment where they were stretched to the limit, but respond they did.
There's no way we let London down. We couldn't have done any more. Our crews did, I'd say 100%, because you can't give more than 100%, but they worked until they were flat out.
And while the Met are facing criticism, no one can doubt the level of personal bravery on show across the emergency services. Alex Bushell, BBC London News.
We're absolutely committed to learning lessons, but I also think we have to be practical about what a police force can achieve in such extreme circumstances.
More snatch squads might have made a difference, said Manchester's chief, but there's a rising public demand today for a much more swift, much more robust security crackdown.
Alongside that, something more phlegmatic, a keep calm and carry on spirit, as many Londoners rallied to try to clean up their city. Already hundreds have been arrested. Police have begun to issue CCTV pictures of others they want to question. They say all those suspected of law-breaking will be tracked down, and many will face criminal prosecution and punishment.